I really wanted this to work, and honestly, parts of it do, but not how I expected. So I spent the last 16 weeks using it on almost every joint and muscle in my body while training 6 days a week. I broke it down into 5 main categories so you can see where it's good and where it falls short. Pain relief. This is the only thing that really matters. I use this on my knees, elbows, biceps, wrist, ankles every other day. At first, I honestly thought I wasted my money because I didn't notice anything for about 2 weeks. But around week 2 to 3, I started noticing relief, especially in my knees, biceps, and elbows. It wasn't instant, but when it kicked in, it was consistent. Now, on the flip side, I injured my hand while benching, and I used this every night on my hand for like 2 to 3 weeks, and I didn't notice any difference there. I started just using ice instead. So it definitely works, but for me, not equally everywhere. For that reason, I give pain a 4 out of 5. But all those sessions add up, so comfort really matters. It has adjustable elastic straps, so I was able to fit it perfectly on my knees, elbows, ankles, and wrist. But I couldn't get a great fit on my shoulder or lower back. For those areas, I held 1 or 2 of the lights instead of using the strap. The material of the light is smooth rubber, so it glides without pulling my hair. My skin felt a little warm after each session, but it's only in that area and it's not very noticeable. Because it stays comfortable across most areas and doesn't irritate my skin, I give comfort a 4.5 out of 5. So it relieves pain and it's comfortable, but is it easy to operate? Well, there's only one button on each light and you use that for everything. One short press turns it on and one long press cycles through each time interval, which is great for people who just want to turn it on and go. No complicated settings required. The best part is they all sync with each other, so you can set the time on one and the rest will follow. That makes setup take less than 20 seconds and is a big reason I use it consistently. Simplicity gets 5 stars. Another reason I actually use it consistently is because of the battery life. Most red light therapy devices have to stay plugged in to work. This one doesn't. On a single charge, I get about 4 days of use, which really surprised me. And if one dies, I usually still have some battery left over in the others. The only downside is that you have to have the case to charge it. There's no charging port on the individual lights, but that's never really been a problem for me. So battery life gets 5 stars. But battery doesn't really matter if it's a pain to actually use on your body. So here's what setup looks like. Setup is quick. Once you figure out which configuration works best for each area, it takes about 20 seconds to get it set up and put it on. At first, there's a little trial and error, adjusting the straps and rotating the lights to get the right fit, but after that, it's pretty straightforward. For example, I know my wrist needs this configuration and my ankle needs this configuration. One thing to keep in mind is the coverage per light is pretty small, so for bigger areas, you'll need to move it around or use all 3. For that reason, I give setup a 4 out of 5. After rating each component, I averaged everything together, with 4 stars for pain relief, 4.5 for comfort, 5 for simplicity, 5 for battery life, and 4 for setup. The overall rating is 4.5 out of 5 stars. That means after 16 weeks, I think it does work, but it's not life-changing. It helped in certain areas, didn't do much in others, and overall it can improve your recovery, but it's not immediate relief or a complete solution. So it works, but there's one big problem: the price. It's $499, which is definitely on the high end for recovery tools. And at that price, it's hard to justify unless you really need it. And honestly, if I knew what I know now, I probably wouldn't have bought it. Because my main issue is my lower back, and it just doesn't have enough coverage for that. If you do decide to try it, use the first link in the description. It's an affiliate code. I get a small commission, no extra cost to you. So who's it best for? I think it's best for chronic joint and muscle pain or anyone training at a high level who wants every recovery advantage possible. I don't think it's worth it for the average person dealing with occasional soreness from working out. You're probably better off with simpler, cheaper recovery methods like just getting more rest and ice. And just to be clear, Kineon didn't pay me to say anything. This is my honest opinion and what I tell my best friend. If you do want to try it, the first link in the description helps support the channel at no extra cost. So overall, I think it's worth it if you have chronic joint and muscle pain or you're training at an extremely high level. But if you're a regular person dealing with occasional soreness from the gym, it's definitely not worth it. I hope this video helped you make a decision. If it did, please leave a like and subscribe for more videos in the future. All right, thanks, peace.